One person asked me, I've seen many who have read Vedanta very vastly. They know Vivekachudamani, Panchadashi, and even Bhashyas. They also proclaim, we know Vedanta, but their life doesn't correlate with their knowledge. We can see that they have not attained peace. Why this is so? This is the question. When I read this question, I was reminded about Jivan Mukti Viveka. Vidyaranya Swami, centuries back, is discussing this problem, where he is saying, Upasya sakshatkarya paryantam upastim kritva yadi jnane pravarteta tada vasanakshaya manonashayor dridhataratvena jnanad urdvam vidvat sannyasa jivan mukti swatayeva siddhyataha. Very beautiful. Vidyaranya Swami says, the secret of attainment of the highest. Some people, when they listen, they attain. Not even manana or nididhyasana. They need not even do after that some contemplation or meditation. Shushrushubihi takshanat. The moment they listen, they attain. That kind of simplicity is there in Jnanam, but some others, even though they listen, even though they study, even though they are able to teach others, they by themselves, they are not able to attain that calmness, that shanti. What is the problem? So here, Vidyaranya Swami, who was a Shankaracharya of Sringeri long back, he says how a person becomes qualified to attain the highest realization very easily. In the tradition, generally, they do intense upasana, meditation on some Ishtadevata, that is bhakti. It is bhakti. They are true bhaktas and they go to the extent of having the vision of the divine whom they are meditating. Upasya sakshatkara paryantam upastim kritva. Till they attain the sakshatkara of upasana murti, then they come to jnana. Their mind is absolutely focused, no distraction, it is not scattered. Through true genuine love, through bhakti, they are completely one-pointed, no distraction. In that state, when they come to jnana, tada, then vasanakshaya manonashane nashayohu dridhataratvena. They have no vasana. Their mind is already very peaceful. Through their meditativeness, through their upasana, they have attained a very focused mind. No distraction of desires inside them. Then, if they listen to this jnanam, that very moment they become liberated. Vidvat sannyasa jivan mukti. They become sannyasi. They become realized sannyasis, not simple sannyasi. Not a sannyasi who is taking sannyasa to attain. He is called vividisha sannyasi. He is taking the path to attain. But after attainment, a person becomes a monk, a sannyasi. That person is called vidvat sannyasi. And he has no vasana, no obstacle of desires. And his mind is very calm, vishranta, restful. He is a jivan mukta. That is the difference, In Bhagavan, common people, how did they recognize him? Not by his knowledge, but by his restfulness, his calmness, his shanti, samadhi. So that samadhi accompanied by clarity, by jnanam. So the jnanam and samadhi happens in a person who has done sufficient bhakti, sufficient upasana. Tadrisha eva shastrabhimato mukhyo vidyadhikari. Vidyaranya Swami says such a person, the Shastras say, is a true adhikari, qualified to attain the highest very quickly. And in those days, about 600 years ago, Vidyaranya says, Idanintanaha tu. You know what he says? He says, the modern seekers are, he says, the seekers nowadays, prayena akrutopasthayaha, generally have not done sufficient upasana, have not sufficient bhakti, upasana, meditation on a form or japa, dhyana, they have not sufficiently completed that. Prayena akrutopasthayaha. Tatayeva Autsukya out of simple curiosity. Autsukya means curiosity. Out of simple curiosity, sahasa vidyayam pravartanti. They read some book, Who Am I? Or attain realization in 1 week course. Go to Tiruvannamalai, attain realization, go back to your same place. So they are ready for that. So they have not completed the prerequisites, and this sahasa means suddenly one day you find he publishes enlightened. Sahasa means suddenly. He says sahasa autsukya matrena jnane pravart. Simple, out of simple curiosity, reads some books and says, I have attained. Vidyayam pravartante vasanakshaya manonashau tatkalikau sampadayanti. Temporary. For the time being, you will feel that they have got something. Because when they come here, their mind becomes very quiet, they meditate, they do everything. But tatkalikau, Vidyaranya Swami says, temporary. For some time, see, this is good diagnosis. So, tatkaliko, for the time being, their mind is quiet and they say, we are not desiring, we don't want anything else. So, vasanakshaya manonashau tasmat idanintananam. For the modern seekers, is for the seekers who are nowadays, vidvat sannyasinam jnanasya anuvritti matram. Although they are knowledgeable, perhaps they have not taken to the path of sannyasa also, their simple knowledge is there, not vasanakshaya or manonasha. That should be, the person has to put great effort after that for attaining it. If the person comes prepared, one instant everything is over. But if it is not happening, somehow clarity is there, somehow you know what it is, but you are not able to rest, you are yourself not content with that jnanam, there is some problem inside, then you have to rectify that. Partial surgery is not good. Bhagavata says it is partial surgery. Asadu chikitsa. This is, the chikitsa is done not perfectly, not good way. So that the chikitsa, the treatment will become more problem than the disease. So this is the problem. So it is not the question of the effectiveness of the knowledge. The knowledge is certainly effective, but the person should be ready to receive that. And also, if you are receiving the knowledge, along with that, there should be all the prerequisites. And if the prerequisites are not there, prayatnena sampadyo. He says with great effort, you have to rectify the flaws. You have to prepare the body-mind to, body-mind cannot help, but it can obstruct. So, to remove that obstacle, whatever has to be given up, how to slowly, not suddenly, in a very gentle way, the person should prepare his body, mind for the highest state. That should be done. So, this is the thing. So, Shankaracharya here says, Labdhva katanchid narajanma dullabham. Although you are born as a human being, and you have got all this chance for spiritual knowledge, you have come to Tiruvannamalai, you have got this good understanding of spirituality, then also you are not ready for liberation. You are not ready for the takeoff. You are wasting your life in some other things. Such a person is mudadhihi. He is a fool. Shankaracharya says he is a fool because he is committing spiritual suicide. Atmanam vinihanti. He is killing himself. He is allowing his spiritual longing which he has got this life. He is making it rust. So, the purpose of these verses is to intensify our longing for realization. Nothing else. The purpose of all these verses is to be sincere in our spiritual search, not to simply think that spiritual life, spiritual field is another field where you can become famous. It is better if you can go and act in some cinema, you will be more famous. For that, spiritual life is not needed. Spiritual life is for that shanti, freedom from all this bondage, true liberation. That is why you can see Buddha's life. Born as a prince, he found, he says, the house is on fire. How can I stay there? So that kind of longing for liberation. Vedanta says it is not the house that is on fire, your head is on fire. Pradipta shiraha jalarashimiva. He says Pradipta shiraha. The head is carrying fire. So you are searching for water which can give you that shanti, that peace. So this is Pradipta shiraha jalarashimiva samitpanihi shrotriyam brahmanishtam upagachet. So this is it. So when that comes, one will know the value of jnanam. Then great gratitude will arise from the heart, and that gratitude is bhakti. That is Guru Bhakti. Bhagavan tells Arunachala, Paadinil Veeradi Ezaye Kathu Un Padattil Irutti Vaittanaye. Without your grace, I would have fallen into that sewage. Before I could fall there, you pulled me out, made me abide in this state. Unpadattil, in your state. So that grace, that krupa, great gratitude arises from the heart. And that gratitude is bhakti. When that gratitude arises, love arises, bhakti arises. So that we will continue tomorrow. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva Arunachala.